Well, here we are. I've got a new tripod, and this is at its maximum height with the gimbal looking down upon me. Isn't that cool? I mean, that thing is... Oh, look. I found the old knife fighter gloves. I needed my knit cap, and these were inside there. So I put them on. My streamlines, I think I called these suckers. Look at that. I like fingerless gloves. Now, I couldn't always do it this high, but it's nice to know that it can be up that high if I wanted it. Let me crank you down. And I'm just going to crank it down. That was weird. My gimbal was stroking out. Oh, there you go. Woo. Okay, today's giveaway is going to be the Spyderco Tenacious. Almost dropped it out of my hand. Now, Spyderco, obviously, is a favorite. It's cold. The knife's cold. The room's cold. God, forget that. It's always been pretty awesome. I've always kind of liked Spyderco. You know, even when before it started making fancy stuff like the back locks and whatever's, better materials, better blade material even. I have been a fan of Spyderco. I literally have, I've told you guys before, the first Spyderco that I ever owned. And you say to yourself, well, Dick Ritchie, I thought you didn't collect. I don't. I keepsake though. I call it keepsaking. So this knife right here was my first Spyderco. My brother-in-law gave it to me about 20 some years ago. I want to say like 20, 22, 23 years ago. My brother-in-law gave me this Spyderco. Still have it. It's a keepsake. It's probably a reminder of the first time I ever thought serious about a knife, a pocket knife. Before that, I never cared. Ever since then, I've kind of always had like a pocket knife or something to some extent. Now, I've got this Tenacious, which I think was an awesome concept by Spyderco. They decided, hey, we've got to make a budget pocket knife. And they have a couple, I think like the Delica and whatever, and there's a couple others. But to me, I feel the Tenacious is the closest poor man's PM2, PM3 you can get. You know, it's the poor man's paramilitary. It's the poor man's paramilitary, if you ask me. I mean, I really want a paramilitary. This has the liner lock. I think this has 8 CR. But Spyderco, you know, 8, definitely 9 CR. But I think this is 8. It's still really good metal. Still do the trick. But I have a subscriber who makes lanyards and beads, and he sent me like 5 of these. Just sent them to me out of the kindness of his heart. This is the last one. No, I have 2. I have this one, and I have one on my CRKT Pilar. My 2 favorite knives. I keep my CRKT in a coat right now that I wear in the wintertime, and then I have this that I normally have with me wherever I go. And they both have Alan Beasley's lanyards. And Alan Beasley is the guy from Knife I Guess. Now, if you're not subscribed to him or see him, if you just want to see somebody taking a knife so serious that he's not serious at all, his videos are short, they're sweet, succinct, and right to the point, but yet out of this world. He is Curiosity Forge. I get his nerdiness. I think it's cool. I think it's funny. He cracks me up. I think he says stuff that's just like, you know, you remember back in the day when somebody said, do you know why the pancakes didn't get to the cabin on time? Because the penguin was outside making breakfast in the soup bowl. You know what I mean? the off the wall stuff. Like, I had a buddy who was great at it. He goes, "How many dogs does it take to unscrew a light bulb?" He said, "None, because pancakes don't have wings." That was great, man. That was old comedy my buddy was doing, and he didn't even know he was being that funny. I remember it. Ken Orban. He used to say that all the time. It was great. You never knew what he was going to say next. He said, "You ever wonder why the sun's yellow? Because peas can't be frozen in an oven." And he was right. Peas can't be frozen in an oven. So it must be the reason why the sun burns yellow. Well, I get that vibe off of Alan when every time he starts his knife reviews. He says, "I don't know. I can't even think of anything. The chicken crossed the road because he had bills to pay. I don't know. I'm thinking of shit off the top of my head, and none of it's jiving or even giving any of that art form any kind of boost. So I'm going to stop on that. Sorry. Apologize for wasting about 5 minutes of your time on that crap." Alan Beasley, Knives I Guess, check him out. Short videos, over top, Dungeons and Dragon layout. He'll show you some of the best gas station knives you've ever seen or bought. Trust me.